Hey y'all, Shani here. Bear with me, I have a little bit of a cold right now, but I am outside because I want to show you what the new garden looks like. So here we go. So for those of you who have kind of kept up with my Instagram posts and stuff about the fence, there is the new fence line, or lines I should say, and we're going to go in through the picket fence, through the gate right here. So if you noticed, we did keep the posts tall, and I'll explain why we did that here in a minute, but we did that on purpose. So here we're into the garden. As you can see, still not very developed yet. We have the 3 boxes finished. Those are the first 3 here, and then Kyle started the corner of what's going to be quite a large box. It's going to go down to about where that orange flag is. See if I can get my right about there. So it's pretty large, and then there's going to be one matching it that's going to be along the picket fence line. So the whole walkway between the 2 gates will be open, and then on the other side of these boxes is where eventually, probably next year or 2 years from now, we're planning on putting chickens. So we will completely enclose that with a ceiling of net or wire to keep out aerial predators, but that's what will go there. So then through here, the boxes are kind of going to weave, so the way that I'm walking is kind of how we're going to be able to get through here. That just gives us a little bit more box space, but about where that flag is, again, is where the boxes will end. So we still have a pretty decent sized spot over on this side, and the plan is in the back corner back here is going to be a shed. We're looking at doing more like a building shed, not a metal building, but you know, one of those wooden structures that you can build with windows and maybe even a little front porch. I would love to have a sitting area out here to be able to read or whatever, but that's what's going to go there. Planning on putting a tree in this corner, potentially pear tree, maybe something different. We haven't gotten that far in planning yet. And then we'll have a potting bench over here, and then maybe a bird bath or something like that. But this is mainly going to be like movable workspace, so we don't want to clog it up with too much stuff. But so yeah, that is the garden as of right now. All right, so I told you that I would tell you why we left these posts tall, and the reason why is because number one, it's just easier. We don't have to go through the hassle of cutting them. But number 2, I thought it would be cool if I could string lights between these, and then even some clothesline, and I could just really utilize my vertical space instead of just cutting it off. We might get to the point one day where we decide that we don't want it that way, but it's easier to do that than try to attach new posts down the road if we wanted there to be some vertical usage on that. So that is why. The fence, this fence at least, the picket fence, will eventually be painted white. It's too early to do that. We have to let the wood dry out. And then on the back fence, basically about the space that you can see right now, I'm wanting to paint a mural back there, just like some big flowers and things like that, just to bring some color to the yard. But that's not gonna happen before the summer, again, because the wood needs to dry out. The plan that we have for the yard is along the picket fence line, which I know I've shown you several times here, but just to give you another visual, we're going to plant blackberries and raspberries, just to utilize all of our space and try to maximize the amount of food that we can grow ourselves. There's a swing set, and on this fence, about again, what you can see in the frame there. I'm gonna have some fence decorations go up, and then I think this is where we're going to plant some citrus trees. We're looking at a lemon, lime, mandarin orange, maybe more than one of each, but that'll be where those are. So some other plans that we have for the yard, I guess, and just our little homestead is blueberry bushes, and eventually, hopefully, a very beautiful magnolia for the front yard. I'm planning on having 6 to 8, I think, blueberry trees, and we're gonna put those along the sides of the house out front. And then I also have the butterfly garden flower bed, herb bed in the front. We have the space to have an additional one, but that's kind of more down the road. I'm not really worried about doing that short term. Our goals for this year are going to be to plant all of the berries and maybe the citrus, maybe the pears. I forgot to tell you that we're going to put at least 1 pear tree in the chicken area, maybe 2, but we might not put the second one in there because I don't want to overshade the area. We still need there to be plenty of sun. So that is the plan. I don't think I'm forgetting to tell you anything, but if I do, I'll just make another video. Thank you guys so much for watching and reading the blog posts and keeping up with what we're doing. It really encourages me that people care to hear what we're doing. It's exciting for me, and Kyle is so supportive and gets excited when I get excited, but it's nice to know that other people are interested in what we're doing here. So thank you for your support. Share, like, comment, subscribe, all the above, and stay tuned for more. I forgot to show you the signature chicken boots. If I can't have my chickens yet, this is how I'll get them in my garden. Quite literally.